So let's talk about leveraging the VAST analytics. So first off, the VAST cluster does an extensive amount of data collection on a regular and constant basis. These are on all the time. We are collecting all this data internally, regardless of whether you're actually analyzing it real time or exporting it. This is all being collected regardless. So the granularity of this, we collect data, or we pull data from each one of the components in the system. This could be either your C nodes or your D nodes or your individual SSDs, pulling the NICs, looking at performance from individual users. We'll pull this from all of the devices, all of the C nodes, all the nodes in the cluster once every 10 seconds. Okay, we're going to go through, we're going to get things like performance metrics. We're going to get capacity metrics. We're going to be looking at response times. We're going to be looking for any kinds of events that are on the system. So event being, okay, I had a NIC that came online, or a NIC that went offline, or, I created a view, or I deleted a view, or, we got, some other event, SSDs, gone bad, or I connect up to an external provider. We'll also go through and we'll keep track of things like queries if we're using database. All these are all going to be automatically maintained, so this will happen automatically for that. And we'll keep these, we'll be able to go through and we'll export these out. And you can look at this data in a couple different ways, and either be available via the API calls, can be available via the VAST VMS GUI, can be available via the VCLI command, or it could be available via a Prometheus exporter, such that you can go through and you can export this data out to other types of analytic tools that you might have in your environment, typically something like Grafana or some other performance monitoring tool that you have out there. So again, we said we collect this data for every 10 seconds. And because this is a lot of data, we're going to store this data locally, and we're going to manage it. And then as time goes on, we're going to go through and start aggregating this data out for this. So we'll store 10-second intervals, roughly available for 24 hours on the system. And then we'll start aggregating things down. Once we get past 1 day, then we'll start keeping 5-minute aggregated samples. We'll keep those at that granularity for about 1 week. Once we get past that 1 week mark, we'll start averaging those out into hourly intervals. We'll hold that for 1 month, and then after 1 month, it's going to be basically daily aggregated samples on all this information going out for 1 year. And again, this is what we're keeping locally on the cluster. If you want to maintain those for a longer period of time, you can go through and you can export those off on the system, again, using a Prometheus exporter or some other polling mechanism to go through and get that data and store it off the platform for a period length of time. So this is kind of an example again of the dashboard. If you've logged into the VAST clusters before, this is going to be your initial dashboard that you'll see, and you'll see some of the examples of this analytics that we have. Now, this dashboard here that we're showing really doesn't give us a lot of history with it. It gives us more current state, where we'll see things like our capacity, we'll see our performance for this. It'll default to active I/O performance, but you could change this to say, hey, I want to look just at replication, I want to look at other things. And then along with this too, you'll see other basic performance metrics for the platform as a whole, or for the cluster as a whole for this. So we'll see our throughput and IOPS across the cluster, and then our read bandwidth and write bandwidth, breaking things down there. The IOs per second for our IOPS, both in reads and writes, and then latency on the cluster as well. This gives you just a quick view saying, hey, what's going on? Is this cluster busy? Is it mostly idle? Goes on from there. So within the platform itself, we basically have these 4 main tools that we typically will go through and look at for getting performance or getting reporting off the system. So these ones here are going to be data flow. So we'll demonstrate what data flow is here in a little bit, but it's going to be, kind of exploratory. You're trying to see what's going on in the system, who's using the most bandwidth, or you're trying to do a quick look as to, you've got a noisy neighbor, you want to see who the user is that's doing that. And VAST clusters can be very large. You can have a lot of clients, a lot of users accessing data. So data flow gives us that ability to simplify things, but it doesn't give us a lot of in-depth detail as to the types of IOs they're doing. So it's really good for just that first step for exploring and seeing what's going on in the system. We also have top actors. So this is going to be under the analytics screen. Top actors, again, is going to be exploratory as well. You'll be able to dig into it a little bit more for that, but you'll be able to see who the top users are in a much more apparent list. If you want to go much deeper, then you have the in-depth analytics. This is where we can start digging down to, the total I/O being used by a user, the total I/O being used on a view. What is the performance of a particular C node or a particular VIP? This will go all the way down, even to the level of looking at individual SSDs or looking at individual SCM devices. For that, we can go very, very deep on these if we choose to go through and do this. If we wanted to go deeper and have some additional further debug metrics, which on a day-to-day basis are not used, some of these in-depth debug metrics might have an additional performance impact, so they're not on by default, but we can turn those on if we're looking at specific issues for that. Very, very uncommon to have to go to that level, but they are there. And then finally, we've got the capacity metrics for this. So again, capacity here for this is going to be, will give us, we'll be able to go through and look at how the data is being stored, what kind of dedupe ratios we're getting, data compression rates and things like that. And we can dig into those into whatever depth we need to go through with that. And then actually, there are two other ones on here. These are not turned on by default, but we'll talk about them here. There's also the VAST catalog for querying the element store itself, and then audit logging as well, which gives us different levels of detail for that. So again, let's talk about data flow here. So this is kind of an example of what your data flow screen looks like. Your data flow screen is going to be, again, kind of that first step to go through and look at a system, see what's going on with the system. You have here your list of users for this, so the users that are actively accessing the system. You have a list of hosts that we are currently looking at, seeing I/O coming from. And we're able to go through, and we'll present this out where we have, a user might be connected up to one host or multiple hosts. It talks about which VIP pool we are currently accessing. So it could either be a VIP pool, it could be an IP address for this. You can change how you want to have that presented for this. Then we'll go from the VIP pool to which C node to see maybe where there's a busy C node on there, and then down to the individual views. So it gives us a lot of data, very, very quickly, very, very simply. We can go through and isolate on any one of these. And the nice thing is that looking at any one of this, we can see, there's a little bar here, and this bar will give us an idea saying, okay, out of all the I/O that I see for this column here, how much is being consumed by this component? Is it this user using the most? Is it this host doing the most I/O? Is it this view that's got the most I/O?